It's weird, Saggy, but getting ready to do your reading, I had like a channeled image, and the channeled image was sniffer dogs, but not in a kind of, you know, going through sniffing out crime and, you know, going through looking for things in that way, but more about following the scent of something. So it feels as if, ooh, you know that you're on to something. It's giving me an itchy nose, but you only half know that you're onto it. That's interesting. 2 cards you get, archetypal cards, are the Mirror and the Empty Room. That's interesting. Which makes me feel like when you get to the Empty Room, you find out it's a hall of mirrors and it's looking back at you. But you know how to get there. I don't feel like you're looking for evidence, but I feel like you're looking for answers, sniffing out clues. But it feels like really nice energy, because the dog that I've got in the image is like a golden retriever or a golden sort of light brownish dog that's very, very friendly and quite pleased to be doing the job, you know, just excited and following the scent like they do when they're outside and they follow the scent of all kinds of things and they're like, woohoo, let's go this way, owner, let's go that way. I'm not really a dog person, but it's giving me an itchy ear, and I do like this dog in the channeled message. So let's take 3 tarot cards and see where that takes us with this, in what we're sniffing out, in what the scent will be. Following the scent. Interesting. That is so nice. Ooh, Saggy. You get the 8 of Pentacles, which means this could be something to do with a work opportunity, a life opportunity. When we get the 8 of Pentacles, it's Sun in Virgo. Also, lunar things might be important, so following the moon cycle might be important, just getting that for you. We've got some eclipses coming up in September, so I feel like we could be following an arc between now and September, which isn't very long actually. Before we know it, summer will be gone. It feels as if, because if we've got this work card, okay, so you've always got someone who's at work, but it runs straight into the Emperor card. And the Emperor is like the CEO, in charge of everything, you know, the person in charge of the company, the king, the father, the emperor, whatever you want to call it. And next to that, we've got the Star. Put those 3 together, let me show you them together. That's a very, very positive trajectory that you're on. So, because you're a Sagittarius, I'm not just going to say to you, if you work hard, you're going to get there. Because Sagittarians, newsflash, you don't need to work hard. That doesn't mean you don't apply yourself. It doesn't mean you don't have good habits. You know, and if you're playing a musical instrument, you're not going to play your scales. It's not about that, but it's like where the magic lies for Sagittarius is in alignment rather than hard work. And let me know in the comments what you think about that, because I've watched a lot of Sagittarians. I have a new nephew actually who is a Sagittarian, I know, and honestly he's a complete joy as a baby, and not all babies are. Not all babies are. But he's a lovely little Saggy, such a kind of, you know, not a party baby, but if you have a load of people in the room, he's not bothered, loves it. So I don't get the thing I get for Sagittarius is you don't need to take the traditional route of turning up somewhere, keeping the chair warm, you know, turning in your work on time, hard day's work for an honest day's pay and all that sort of crap. No, not for Saggy. For you, it's like the right people at the right time, the right juju, the right alignment, the right feeling, the right hunches. You do get some luck as well. With Jupiter, you do get luck coming your way where people sort of fall into your lap that you need to meet and all that kind of thing, and that's good. So I'm not saying to you to work extra hard for this. I don't think you need to. I do feel you need to be aware. That's all. Just be aware that this is kind of out there and it's trying to reach you. And in a way, it kind of, it's like you have a date with destiny and it's already sort of getting its hair done and finding some decent clothes to wear. Destiny feels lucky to have you. Oh, that's such a nice channeled message. I'm going to write that down actually. Destiny feels lucky to have you. Okay. How do I do that? Old lady with a phone, Saggy. Destiny feels lucky to have you, Saggy. And then you get the star, which is manifestation. What is in your heart? Can you follow your star? Can you follow your bliss? Can you face up to that empty room full of mirrors that will keep projecting back to you who you are? That happens to us in life where it's kind of existential, you know, where we catch sight of ourselves in the mirror and we almost don't recognise ourselves. I feel like you're going through an awakening of identity at the moment. And I also feel like for some of you, it's a bit of an upgrade. So you're leveling up. And again, as a Sagittarius, it's more kind of spiritual levitation that takes you that way. You know, it's not graft and grime. This is very, very powerful. So if you do journaling, if you do vision boarding, if you do, there's some really good hypnosis things you can do on YouTube or anywhere else. Get into that. Get comfy in bringing your goal into the present and feeling like you already have it. Because you kind of do. It's been missing for a while, the Sagittarius luck. It's been off for a while, hasn't it? We got that ratty little King of Swords kept turning up all the time. It used to turn up for the Cancerians and then it kept turning up for you. And then I kept getting messages that people were trying to knock you off balance or keep you tame or keep you down a bit, you know, take you down a peg or two. I feel like, the world. There's the end of one cycle, the beginning of another. We've got Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself here. You're closing out a cycle of, I don't want to use the word imprisonment, but definitely confinement. Confinement externally. You may have been confining yourself internally, like self-policing, not believing in yourself. But people may have been giving you a hand with that from the outside. I love this for you. That cycle is closing. A new cycle is opening. Let's put this up here. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I call her the Queen of Velvet Waiting. And I call her that because she's not really waiting. She's happy where she is. You need to be happy where you are. And then you get the Seven of Swords. And this is really important. I want to take one more to go with it. when you are dealing, yes, Four of Pentacles, keep your hand on your purse. When you are dealing with other people, normally Sagittarius, very open with other people. You're not exactly secretive, you know. It's, you trust people, you're open. There is a warning here not to be so open, to play your cards a bit close to your chest if you want to be successful with this. So don't trust everyone and tell everyone, okay? Just trying to do these so I can fit the love reading in, because the second half of this will be a love reading. We're going to look at love and relationships. God, that's so wonky. Never mind. So don't be too open about your goals. Don't be too open about your progress. This is a card that says play your cards close to your chest, even if that's not the way that you would normally do it. Okay, it's definitely the way to do it this time. And this card, the Four of Pentacles, keep your hands on your purse. And that's like your emotional purse, maybe even your physical purse. You know, if there's some kind of promotion at work or something's going on, then there's just a need for a little bit of strategy here that you wouldn't normally do. Just getting down another tarot for you. Okay, what's happening in love and relationships? This may link completely with your general reading. It may not. And there will always be an extended reading at the end of the love reading, which is a continuance of the love reading. We take a deeper dive. That will be the first link in the description box if you're feeling like at the end of it you need more love. Okay. Let's have a look. I'm going to move these so we've got a bit of room. What do we need to know for lovely Sagittarius? Ooh, I love this card. I really like the artwork on it, apart from anything else. So you get the star first of all. So we now have the star twice. That's pretty gorgeous, isn't it? That's pretty gorgeous. What do we need to know for lovely Sagittarius who's just had the star twice? Oh, yes. Eight of Wands. And a very stylish Seven of Wands. Okay. I always see that as a gigantic rugby ball, but I think it's a shield. Right. I'm going to take one more actually. Another Eight of Pentacles. You are working hard. Right, so we've got the Star card. The Star card is again about alignment. It's about what is in your heart. What are you looking for? What are you searching for? What are you hoping for? What are you calling in? Okay, so have a check-in on yourself about how you're behaving. Are you behaving like the love that you want? Let's just close that again because the sun has suddenly come out. Are you behaving like the love you want? Are you practicing self-love? There's something here about people take you at your own recommendation. Marcus Aurelius said that. So love yourself, strong and hard. Treat yourself like gold, okay? And this is whether you're single, whether you're looking, whether you're coupled, whatever. Treat yourself like gold, because it's going to change your point of attraction. And it's going to attract more quality people who see you that way. Almost because they see you the way that you see yourself, and that's a match. And remember the empty room with the mirrors? That's like going into the empty room, but every mirror is casting back to you a really good version of yourself. And I think there's a need as well in your love life to only be giving time to people where you feel good and aligned and yourself in their company. I know it's a tall order actually, and it's not always to do with, you know, chemistry or this or that. It's to do with feeling complete. Ooh, where did that come from, Saggy? Then we get the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's going to be a conversation, an exchange of messages, could be a flurry of messages, you know, where you're having a flurry of text messages with someone. It's just the communication is on type thing. I like this. I like that there's a chance for you to talk. We've got the Seven of Wands, which is the need for you to have very good boundaries during that conversation or during that exchange or during that whatever that is, but it's some form of sort of mutual communication, let's just put it that way. It feels like everything that you've learned over the last year with whoever it was that was challenging you all the time and kind of needling you all the time, all of those strategies are now part of your strengths. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, it's this work card. But it's not doing the work as in hard work. It's doing the job of being a Sagittarius, which is following your star, following your bliss, following what feels good and fighting off what doesn't. Oh, yes. Bringing us to this dishy gent in the Nine of Cups. I love this card. Jupiter in Pisces, or the what do you really want in your heart card. Gosh, these are very nice cards. Let's get rid of that. Followed by Page of Wands and Justice. Saggy, I hesitate to say this, but I'm going to say it. You've deserved this all along. You've been deserving this all along. I'm going to write that down. I don't know if you've just had a bad run of it. Well, I do think you've had a bad run of it. And now there's a sense in which you can claim what's yours and you're deserving what's yours. I like the Page of Wands because it's a bit of enthusiasm, it's a bit of passion, it's a good time to be starting a relationship. You could definitely meet somebody at the moment. If you're already in a connection, there's a real spark here. I like it, but it's just small. It's just the Page of Wands, but it can be built on. But I really like that we've got the Justice card for you, because I feel like there's been injustices and they've been very hard to nail down and very hard to describe. And I feel like now Karma is taking an interest and saying, the Sword of Truth put to Sagittarius relationships, what do we need to know? So if there has been, and this can be in your work relationships, love or life relationships and friendships, what has been missing in terms of a plumb line of truth? I feel like this conversation will be a very interesting conversation that you have with someone, very revelatory, and I feel it's going to move things on in the right direction as well, and I'm glad that that's happening. May not be the easiest conversation, but it's very necessary and very informative conversation. Let me just do that because the sun is going a bit crazy today. I like this for you, Saggy. I think it's a shift. I think it's a shift in the right direction. You don't have to work hard for it. Make sure to play your cards close to your chest, whether it's work life, whether it's love life, whichever way it is. And also defend the parts that need to be defended, but also let in the people that need to be let in. Remember, you can have what is in your heart that you wish for, so make sure you manifest it, and don't blow out your own spark or your own little flame. And remember that justice is working on your side. Justice is making sure that karma is dealt with. Okay, I like this for you. It's been a while, crocodile. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the conversation, the Eight of Wands, the messages that may come up with this, the themes that need to be discussed or will be discussed. I'm going to have a look at the Nine of Cups. What do you wish for? I'm going to look at the connection, the other person, and any shadow side or obstacles that may be keeping you from reaching your goal in your love life. It will be the first link in the description box of this video. I'm going to go and do that right now, actually, Saggy, but I'm glad that you are back on form, okay, being the lucky one of the zodiac. I will see you on the other side. Namaste.